102.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A lot of times in life, you get caught up in the moment, and then you do something. Later on, you think about it and you go, I'm a dumbass. I probably should not have done that. Nathan is on the phone with us right now for a second date update, and that's sort of what happened on his date. Nathan, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, but
Good.
you're exactly right.
Thank you for your email. Appreciate it. We'll let you kind of explain the story of what happened. I thought it was hilarious, actually, just picturing what you said in your email. But first of all, how did you meet the girl that you want us to call today? Her name is Maggie?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you meet Maggie?
I met her on OkCupid. I know, like, sometimes that's just, people look at that as a hookup site, but I figured that she was worth, getting to know a little bit.
All right. So normally you hook up with all the other girls that you meet, but this one was special.
Yeah.
You liked Maggie. How long you guys chatted for a couple weeks and then decided to go out?
Yeah, we set up a date for a dinner date.
And what'd you do at your dinner date? Where'd you go?
We went to this really great restaurant that I wanted to try. It had just a great water view.
Oh, fancy.
I called ahead to let them know if I could reserve one of the best seats, like with the best view right by the water.
And they gave that to you?
Yeah.
Right. Do you have to drop a name or anything else? 'Cause next time, if you're having a problem with that, I will allow you to drop Jose's name. You can do that.
Yeah, they will seat you by the back, by the kitchen.
So you got the table that you wanted by the water. That's cool.
Yeah.
And you were still excited about this date because everything had panned out in person, right? She didn't turn out to be someone who, I don't know, looked more like Jabba the Hutt or something.
No, exactly. She looked like her photo, which is rare.
It's impressive, yeah. And how was dinner?
Dinner was great. The conversation went well. The food was good.
Tell us about the part that you think is the reason that you might not be getting a call back today.
It's so embarrassing. And, again, I thought of this after the date. I was trying to figure out, just sort of playing it through in my head and realized that we're having conversation and, I'm looking at her and taking her in and sort of looking at her face. And I noticed,
That's a good place to look.
Yeah, exactly. And I noticed that her earlobes are really not, just are like sort of barely connected. Some people have those earlobes that are...
Yeah, some people's earlobes go like straight into their cheek,
yeah.
and then the other ones kind of have like a big lobe on it.
It's genetic.
Yeah, exactly. And it's such a silly thing, but I was just caught up in it. And hers like really kind of dangle, and she had kind of big earrings on, and I thought they were cute. It was just me like getting caught up in it, and we were talking, and I thought they were cute. And I reached across the table, and I played with her earlobe.
Yeah, that is going to be so weird
Nathan.
on a first date, Nathan, to just like, while she's talking, were you guys touching it all before you played with her earlobe? Okay. So that's what I wanted, and that's what I wanted to know, because when you put it in your email, I was like, okay, if they were holding hands or something before, maybe I could see it. But if she's just in mid-conversation and you slowly, this is how I picture it, Nathan, slowly reach across the table while gazing into her eye and then just start flicking her earlobe, that's going to be weird.
It may have been even worse than that. I mean, it wasn't even like we were gazing. She was in the middle of a conversation. She was in the middle of telling
Poor man.
What, did you caress them? I mean, what did you do with the earlobe?
No, it wasn't a caress. It was more like, it was intriguing, like to see.
What was her reaction, like, immediately?
She flinched. I mean, it was it was inappropriate of me.
Did she stop talking after that, or did she just like kind of look at you like, what did you just do?
Yeah, she did kind of like can I help you kind of a thing. And then I just started talking, and I was, like you were saying, it was genetic, and I was saying, well, everyone in my family, ours are attached, and I just,
So you started talking about her earlobe after you played with it.
Exactly.
All right. You know what? I don't even know if there's a move you could have done to make that better. If you would have just been like, sorry, I thought you had nice lobes. Or you go, hey, this is why I did that. How did the rest of the evening go after that happened?
I mean, that didn't seem to ruin anything. We continued on, but then looking back, I asked her if she wanted dessert. This place they bring out a beautiful dessert selection you can pick from. And she was like, no, I'm not hungry, so that's a sign. And then at the end of the date, I walked her to her door, and I would have wanted to go in for the kiss, and then it didn't feel right, so I gave her a hug. And
You should have given her one last flick on the earlobe for the road. So you went in for a hug, and at the end of the night, did she say that she wanted to see you again?
I said, I'd love to do something like this sometime. Can I give you a call? And she said, sure, but, then I think it speaks more that I haven't been able to get in touch with her for the last 2 weeks. I've, sent her a text here and there, and I haven't really...
You haven't gotten anything back at all?
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, see if we can get her on the phone, see if we can get her to press those beautiful earlobes up to the phone and answer. And we'll get your second date update, okay?
All right, thanks.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Nathan?
Yeah.
I think I figured out what the problem is with the date that you went on.
All right.
Already?
Nathan wants us to call this girl named Maggie on their date. Nathan got a little wrapped up in the moment, noticed her earlobes, and did something that he knows is weird. He reached over and started playing with her earlobe. And it set a really weird theme for the rest of the date because that's an awkward thing to do. But Nathan, I think I figured out the problem. It's not the fact that you played with her earlobe. It's the fact that you didn't play with her earlobe enough. Everybody in here knows, Nathan, as soon as you go for the ear on a lady, you got to go all the way.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean by that, Nathan.
Yeah, I didn't commit.
Yeah, you didn't commit all the way.
Did you only play with one side? Maybe you should have gone for two.
Don't be a lobe tease.
Yeah. Nobody likes a lobe tease. Very good point,
Very
Jose.
true.
All right, Nathan, we're about to give Maggie a call and see if the earlobe fiasco killed your chances at a second date. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to call her right now.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Maggie, please?
Hi, this is Maggie.
Maggie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Sorry, can I help you with something?
You recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, but you're not calling him back. So he emailed us to give you a call and find out if he did something wrong on the date. Now, the guy that wanted us to call you today knows that he did something a little strange on your date. His name is Nathan.
Okay.
Nathan says that he's tried to text you a few times since your date.
And so he called a radio station?
Yes. So he called us to see if we could get you on the phone, since you're not answering his phone calls, and ask you why.
Seriously?
Yes. Is it because he played with your earlobe on the date? He told us about it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he told us all about your date. He said that he met you on OkCupid, and he liked you a lot, thought you guys were getting on very nicely, until in the middle of dinner, he reached over and played with your earlobe. I'm assuming that's probably the issue.
The earlobe thing was definitely part of it.
Part of it. That's not the entirety of it.
Oh, no.
Because as soon as, Maggie, if I was on a date with someone and they reached across and just started jiggling my earlobe back and forth while I was talking, if they were hot, there'd be a second date. But maybe it was but most people would not want to call anybody back after that. I assumed that it was just the earlobe. What else did you not think was so great about Nathan?
It seems like he's not somebody who goes out on dates a lot.
Was he just
Okay.
really awkward, like the earlobe thing, and maybe...
The earlobe thing was a little inappropriate, but he also he kept making like really out of date pop culture references.
Hey, there is nothing wrong with that. I'm going to just jump in and defend it right now. Woo woo is fine.
No, Brooke.
That's not. What do you mean? What do you mean out of date pop culture references?
Well, it kind of seemed like he went out and memorized a bunch of stuff that he thought would be like relevant to like have a conversation. Like at one point he was like, "Oh my gosh, did you hear that Katie Holmes broke up with Tom Cruise?"
No, stop it.
Did he really say
Was
that?
he joking?
That
He
happened.
did, and I was like, yeah, that happened a while ago, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, really?" Because it's so shocking.
That's like something that happened like 10 years ago. It feels like.
Yeah, and he made a reference at one point. He's like, "Oh my gosh, have you seen this new music video, Dogman Style?"
Dogman Style. He was trying to talk about Gangnam Style, which is also not very relevant.
Yeah.
How did this come up in conversation? Were you guys talking about pop culture type things.
Yeah.
And
No, that's why it kind of felt like he memorized a bunch of stuff or something, because it was like these little tidbits that he would kind of just like throw into the conversation. And
so you'd be talking about something completely different. He would just kind of spout off like, I know this pop culture fact.
Right?
That's what it felt like.
yeah.
It's like going on pop-up video. But
Which is
Again,
also not a relevant reference. I don't think that show has been on the air in about 15 years.
Brooke has his back.
Yeah, so, okay. So that obviously felt like he must have been a little weird.
I mean, he seemed really sweet, and I felt really bad, and I didn't think it would benefit anybody to, like, tell him I didn't want to see him.
Aren't you kind of curious, though, why the out-of-date pop culture references during your date?
I just figured he was really nervous, and, you know...
Aren't you curious about the earlobe play that you got? Wouldn't you want to hear...
I kind of just chalked it up to him being nervous, so...
Don't you want to hear the reasoning behind any of that?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, but not enough to want to hurt his feelings. I figured, you know, just not calling him back was...
Well, I know how to get your answer, though. You said maybe you'd like to hear the reasoning on that. I can get you an answer. Because he's on the phone right now, listening.
Yeah.
Maggie.
Hey,
Are you
Maggie.
serious?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Why didn't nobody tell me this?
I forgot.
Maggie, I'm glad I got to hear what you had to say. And I wanted to make a good impression, and I was nervous. I'm sorry I'm not, Mr. Pop Culture, but men and women like different things, and I have to admit I did a little online research before the date.
Nathan, I don't think that she's Miss Pop Culture like you were thinking, okay? And men and women are different, that's true, but did you just start reading things online to...
Well, I know that the video didn't just come out, but I don't know how you pronounce that word. I'm
Gangnam
sorry.
Style.
Yeah, all right, whatever it is, and it's still the most watched video on YouTube.
It's true. It still is.
So that's relatable. I was trying to, and Tom Cruise has a new movie coming out, and so
All right.
well, people like Tom Cruise movies. And
But Nathan, don't you think she'd want to hear about your hobbies or talk about your interests? I mean, you're interesting people. You could talk about that.
aren't you supposed to relate to people?
But
Naturally.
again,
Yeah, but you're just kind of like to see if you guys naturally get along.
I have to say something really quickly. I mean, I'm actually a little offended that you think that all girls are just kind of really into pop culture, because
Gossip.
I'm the kind of person that, like, to relax, I watch like documentaries and I go to artsy foreign films and stuff, and the fact that you would sort of assume that the way to all women's heart is by People magazine that actually is kind of offensive to me.
I'm casting a broad net. We're just trying to find anything relatable.
That wasn't casting a broad net. That was trying to impress me with a very limited frame of reference.
well, Maggie, at least he put effort
Yeah.
into it. He tried, he read, he prepared. Like, girls are on guys a lot of times for not putting enough effort in.
Well, but I would have preferred for him to put effort in getting to know me. I mean, I was asking him a lot of questions about him. I didn't feel like I needed to go bone up on football and Playboy to impress him.
Nice. Should
But I
have.
wouldn't have been offended if we talked about who won the World Series 2 years ago.
Or if you
Yeah,
talked about Playboy the entire day.
Nathan's like, why are you reading up on guy stuff, huh? Trying to... Who do you think you are?
Look, Maggie, I was just nervous, all right? I would like to get to know you. And I would love if you made a suggestion for a second date, whatever kind of thing appeals to you.
Beauty salon or whatever.
I don't know. I mean, there's just... Truth be told, I might have just chalked the first one up to nerves and tried it again, but after this conversation, I really have no desire to.
Really? But I think that everything Nathan has said to you is kind of nice. I mean,
it's
he's
honest.
He did not apologize for the earlobe thing yet, but I guess that was not the biggest issue with you. I mean, it just sounds like Nathan was nervous.
I think I was most nervous because we had such a good rapport back and forth to set the date up. That's what got me nervous for the date, is because I thought that was going so well.
Okay. Maggie...
Well, let me ask Nathan. Let me ask you a question, and then I'll decide. Other than the fact I'm assuming that you find me somewhat attractive, or you wouldn't really want to go on another date with me, what is it about me that makes you want to go on another date?
Well, I mean, first attraction is important. And you're passionate. I did like that you talked about things passionately, that you do seem intelligent and well-read,
Maggie, would
what
you
did
like
I
to...
seem passionate about specifically?
I'm going to try not to let it get there. Maggie,
Yeah.
will you go out on a second date with Nathan? We will pay for it. And Nathan can tell you in person what he likes about you and what he thinks is good about your passion and whatever.
I promise. It's just going to be you and I talking about you and I. I won't watch any Housewives episodes
Oh,
and I promise I won't flick your earlobe.
I forgot all about that.
Nathan, you do seem like a nice person, and I understand what it's like being really nervous on a first date. So I will go out on another date with you if we can agree to just not try to impress and just really try to legitimately get to know each other. No pressure or anything.
All right.
Yeah, all right, sweet.
That sounds great. And I won't be so awkward next time. I promise.
It's okay. I understand what that's like, so it's all right.
We got you guys a second date. Maggie, thank you for being understanding. Thank you for being on the show. I appreciate it. Nathan,
Yeah.
you are right. I can hear through the phone that Maggie has fabulous earlobes. I can hear it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A lot of times in dating, you'll meet somebody who's too good to be true. You know what I mean? They have like everything that you want, except there's something wrong with them. I know for me, I met this girl one time, too good to be true. She was not the brightest,
Yeah.
hot, and mute. And I was like, she has everything that I look for in a woman, and then come to find out she's super close with her family, and I can't date a girl who's close with her family. So it just ruined it for me. I was like, that is way too good to be true.
Where's
man.
the daddy issues when you need them?
I know, it sucked.
Gosh, yeah,
Well,
it's such a hard life.
Mary is on the phone with us, and she thinks that she met a guy who is too good to be true. His name is Ray, and that's who she wants us to call today. Hi, Mary. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Thank you for your email. Appreciate it. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Ray, the guy that you want to call today?
Okay, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm nervous, but I'm glad to, I don't know, I appreciate it. Okay, so I met him at the gym. I just saw him like on an elliptical machine, and I kind of couldn't take my eyes off him, but I had to try hard to, so he didn't notice. And I actually timed my walk to the water fountain in a way as he was wrapping up,
Nice move, Mary.
So you waited till he was walking to the water fountain, then you jumped on his back, and you said, hey, my name's Mary.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Was that the first time you had ever seen him before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I kind of timed it, and my timing was certainly on my side because our eyes just locked, and he said, hey, and I said, oh, hi, like real casual, like I had never noticed him. And we just talked, and it was instant that we had a connection. Joking was really easy, lighthearted, and everything just kind of fell into place. So he suggested we get some sushi the next night, and I said, sure.
So your email said that you think that he's too good to be true. Why is that?
Oh my God, he is too good to be true. Well, he has a great smile. Like that was the first thing that I noticed. Okay, and I thought that's a smile, right? But everything else is in place. He's never been divorced. He doesn't speak badly about women or his mom. He great job. I'm so used to guys where I have to pay the bill, and I don't mind sharing, but like they're never on top of it financially. He works in finance. He's stable. He a gentleman. He pulls a chair out for me. He's polite.
That's it.
What kind of guys do you normally go out with, Mary?
Musicians and guys who are really interesting, but nothing against musicians. I don't mean that, but they're just like people who are, even if they say they work in finance, they're not stable. They're still living at home, or I don't know. They never have enough money.
The way that you described everything about him that's good, though, I just picture you out with like guys who have no job that are just like, chicks, right? Aren't they stupid? Hey, pay the bill. I'm so angry about women right now.
Well, maybe you don't know what it's like being a woman, but the thing is, when you start dating guys, like maybe they've been divorced and they've been so hurt that they can't trust women again, or this comes out. And this guy just didn't have any. He's too good. That's what I mean. He's too good to be true. There are no issues.
How did the date go?
It went great. It was easy again, just talking.
Awesome.
It just seemed comfortable. And he leaned towards me and, he complimented my dress and how I looked. And he saw me in the gym. I was sweatier. And I was dressed up more for a date. And he kissed me on the cheek, which is fine because it's the first date. I don't mind that it's not on the lips. I wouldn't have minded if it was, but I don't mind that it wasn't. But it's 5 days later and there's nothing. And I know he mentioned, I think he did say he was dating other people right now. So something came up, and he's such a perfect guy that, of course, I know he's going to be dating other guys. We're not in a relationship. I get it. I'm saying, don't worry.
Oh my gosh, you are a lot right now.
Yeah,
you can slow down a little bit.
Whoa.
Why hasn't I just thought it worked so well. I thought maybe by the third day I'd get a text about getting together another week,
And I apologize if I didn't hear this. You said a lot of words very quickly, and I may have missed it. How long has it been since you heard from this guy?
5 days.
5 days.
Yeah, 5 days.
And have you seen him at the gym?
No. Ask me if I've gone every day. Yes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Why do you think he's not calling you back then, if the date went so well?
I mean, either it's some horrible thing about myself I don't know, or I'm just in the rotation of all the girls he can go out with, and when it's my turn, after the 10th girl, check in again, because I think he's probably very popular.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's so good.
Yeah, he's not going to ever want for a date, ever.
Okay. Sounds like you're in love. Are you in love, Mary?
I'm in great like. Put
Great
it that way.
like.
Great like.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
We're in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Mary is on the phone. Today, she wants to call a guy named Ray. They met at the gym, and according to her, she thinks that he's too good to be true. He's everything that she's ever wanted in a man. But it's been 5 days since she texted him, and he has not responded. So we're about to call him, get him on the phone, and find out why he's not getting back to Mary. Mary, I do have a question for you, and I don't want you to be offended by this, but you sound a little obsessed with Ray. Okay?
Oh, really?
It's not necessarily a bad thing. I just want to know, like, on a scale of you want to wear his shirt to sleep at night so you can get his scent to I want to wear his skin every day for the rest of my life. Where do you fall in between that scale on obsession?
In the middle.
In the middle. Okay, good. That's okay.
He's a great guy. You don't find him very often. I'm going to tell you the truth.
I think it's perfectly fine to be excited about this guy.
Huge crush.
I know. And I assume you've done extensive Google searching on him as well.
As much as possible. We have to do that today. It's normal.
You didn't find anything weird, though, right?
No, nothing.
Of course not. He's the perfect man. She Googled his name and a picture of James Bond showed up. That's how perfect of a man he is. All right, well, I'm about to dial the phone number and get him on the phone and find out why he's not responding to you, okay?
Oh, God, thank you. I'm so nervous, but thank you.
Okay. Well, just relax.
Appreciate your help.
We'll get him on the phone. We'll do this for you.
So cute.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
We're sorry.
Obviously, he's not perfect.
Oh, my gosh, did he disconnect his number because I texted him?
No, I don't. I think I probably dialed the wrong number. Let me try again, okay?
Oh my God.
Okay.
I hope that he didn't, like, cancel his phone because of you texting him.
Oh no.
That doesn't make sense, does it?
No, it doesn't. I think you're okay. It's probably my fault. I misdial numbers all the time.
I hope.
There we go.
Hello?
Hey, I was looking for Ray.
Yeah, this is him. Who is this?
Hey, Ray, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, what is this in regard to?
It's in regards to a date that you recently went on.
Yeah, I didn't sign up for any date thing or anything like that.
I know you didn't, Ray. I host a radio show. It's called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, and you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they asked us to call you.
Okay, you're going to have to be a little bit more specific because I go out with a lot of women.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Her name is Mary, and you met her at the gym.
Oh, okay. I remember Mary.
She says that she's tried to reach out to you since your date, but you haven't responded, so she's wondering if she did something wrong. I know it's a weird phone call. It's a segment that we do on our show called the Second Date Update. If you don't call somebody back after a date and they have a question as to why, they'll email us so we can get you on the phone and ask. So we're asking on Mary's behalf if she did something wrong on your date.
I mean, Mary's a nice girl and everything. I just, when you like meet somebody and you just feel like you're out of their league a little bit.
I know exactly what you're talking about, Ray. It happens to me all the time.
Ouch.
So are you saying you don't feel like Mary's in your league or playing on your level?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, it was the way, she was looking at me and the way she was talking to me. I felt like I was doing her a favor by going out with her.
Whoa, dude.
Did you feel
that's
this
a lot
way?
to say.
Did you feel this way before you went out with her, or this happened like you realized that while you were out with her?
We were at the gym. I got like this kind of desperate feel, and I was like, she's one of those girls I know I can sleep with if we went out again.
Yep.
So it's like,
Why do you think that you can sleep with her? Because she was excited to go out with you?
well, I mean, I don't really have a hard time finding women. Usually they just kind of come to me, and if the schedule permits, then
Okay.
hang out.
So would you qualify your date with Mary as a pity date?
Yeah, I feel like that's a little harsh. I mean, sometimes you just gotta slum it. You know what I mean?
You gotta slum
You
it.
just said that?
Isn't that worse than
Every once in a while, you gotta give back to charities.
Dude, come
Wow.
on. Why would you even go out with her to begin with? I mean, I don't think you're doing someone a favor by considering them less than you.
I'm sorry. I'm really trying not to be mean. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's just that I'm being honest. I feel like kind of doing her a favor, and I thought, why not? I got nothing else to do. I might as well. And,
Okay. All right. I appreciate your honesty a lot, Ray.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to find people that'll just be blunt about that kind of stuff. Normally, people always are like, well, I don't know. We just didn't have good chemistry.
I think you're an egomaniac who's completely rude.
I mean, if you're Jennifer Lawrence, you're not going to go out with some guy that manages a subway. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, you're going to find someone that's on equal footing with you. And I felt like she's a few steps below me.
Okay. Like I said, thanks for your honesty, man. I also have to be honest with you now and let you know that Mary is actually on the phone listening to this.
She is?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi. I mean, hi.
Listen, Mary, I'm not trying to be mean to you or anything.
I know. I understand completely. You know what? I mean, I get it.
Mary.
And it's part of you, and you are a rare catch, and you just know it.
Mary, did you hear what he was just saying about you? Did you hear what he was just saying about you?
But I don't mind because I can try to be better. I'd rather know, and then I have a goal.
Oh, my God.
I'd rather know that, and then I could try to be better.
No, Mary, you love yourself for who you are, and you have some self-confidence and some
No,
self-worth.
I know about loving myself for who I am right now, but we can still always want to improve and hope to improve. And otherwise, what's the point? If we're not going to try to get better.
But what did he
I
say
worked
that was
out.
constructive? He just slammed you.
I didn't take it that way. I mean, he's kind of right. He has high standards, and like I said, I told you guys, he's an amazing guy. He's rare, and Ray, it was an honor to have dinner with you. If you guys talk to him more, you'll figure it out, like I did.
Mary, I appreciate that you want to be able to work up to eventually being in my league. And to be fair, I feel like with a little bit of work, I think that, you could be there. There's a few things I definitely noticed on our date that, you could improve on. Like, I noticed that you were kind of going for some more fatty, calorically dense food when we were out on a date. And I feel like, if we get away from that kind of stuff, it can really help you.
Oh, you narcissistic.
You mean, okay. I can work on that because it puts me in the level you're in, and then it would be my honor to try to do that.
No.
Mary, are you serious?
No, don't. What?
But he's right. I don't mind. It's like a parent that loves you and wants you to be your best. I acknowledge the good things you have.
No.
I do want to be better. I've always wanted to be better. And if this is the way I get, to understand how to be better, then it's a blessing.
Mary, you're walking into like a controlling, narcissistic, egomaniac.
I have to say something. You guys have been nice to me, but enough's enough. You shouldn't talk about him this way. I know who he is. I met him. You're maybe just jealous. Please stop being so rude to him, or I'm going to have to get off the phone.
Mary, I'm sorry we're being rude to Ray. Ray, do you feel like we're being rude to you?
You were being very rude to him.
Fair, yeah, I feel like there's some unfair, jabs being made at me because all I'm trying to do is just make Mary become the really pretty person I know that she can
my
become.
God. Okay. Mary, I want to shake you. What are you doing?
Well, in that case...
I know what I'm doing. I'm an adult, and I don't think it's very respectful what you guys are doing.
Hey, Mary, it's true. You're an adult. You can make your own decisions. And if you feel like Ray is right and you were out of his league and apparently you want to work on getting into his league, I'll ask the question. Would you guys like to go on a second date? Ray, we will pay for you to go on a second date with Mary if you will accept.
Yeah, but I can't promise there'll be another date.
After that, okay. Mary, are you willing to give it another try?
I hope we have another date, but I think it's just great to have an opportunity to try again. So, yeah.
All right.
Audition.
Well, congratulations, you guys.
So sick.
We're sending you out on a second date.
Ray, I have to tell you, thank you for giving me another chance. I will not let you down. I promise you. I promise I will not let you down.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Think about
thank you.
how every butterfly starts out in a caterpillar.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that simply says, "What the F just happened?" It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Talking, of course, about the second date update. And this is probably the first second date update we've done where I'm not a fan of either of these people.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's a good point.
Mary is the girl from the second date update. She wanted us to call this guy named Ray. The whole time she was talking about how perfect he was, how amazing he was. She's always wanted to date a guy like this. They ended up going out. He wasn't calling her back. We got him on the phone, and the reason he wasn't calling her back was, well, she's not really on my level. And I sort of went out with her because sometimes you gotta slum it. She seemed like a nice girl when I met her, and I figured I'd throw the dame a bone. Let her go out with a big fish like Ray. That was his whole attitude the whole time.
And I thought for sure, like, we were going to get her on the line, because she's listening to all this, and she was going to just rage on this guy or end up crying because he was so mean to her.
Nope. Yeah. Instead, she was like, Ray, you're just so amazing. I can change. I can be whatever you need me to be. I want to play on your level. I really want to.
It is so sad. I just want to, like, that girl, I just wish there was, like, an injection of self-confidence that you could take, like a shot, and I would give that to her.
Yeah. She definitely needs to shower in some Old Spice swagger.
Although, I did see a text message that came in and says this is totally going to turn on Ray because she's going to end up, like, falling in love with him, stalking him, and then eventually, like, making a skin doll out of him.
Yeah, seriously.
Here's a clip in case you missed it.
Mary, you're walking into, like, a controlling, narcissistic, egomaniac...
I have to say something. You guys have been nice to me, but enough's enough. You shouldn't talk about him this way. I know who he is. I met him. You're maybe just jealous. Please stop being so rude to him, or I'm going to have to get off the phone.
That was my favorite part from the second date update is how she got mad at us because we were like, dude, you're kind of a douche.
Yeah.
And she's like, stop talking about him like that. He's amazing. And I will do whatever it takes to be on his level.
I've never heard a guy be able to call a girl not on his level. She's a little chubby and eats the wrong foods and probably not hot enough for him. And she's still in the palm of his hands.
You know what?
Like, how does that
So,
work?
you know what? Actually, probably one of the most successful second dates we've ever done because those two really deserve each other.
There's somebody for everybody out there.
I guess.
Moving 92.5. Brooke Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You've got to be careful when joking around on a first date because the other person might not get your sense of humor. Like, I don't know how many dates have been ruined that I've been on when in the middle of it I just drop my fork and I look her dead in the eye and just go, how many other people know you're out with me right now?
That's a really funny joke.
They never get it. It just ruins the mood right there.
Weird.
And Maggie, who is on the phone with us right now to do a second date update, apparently made a poorly timed joke on her date. And she thinks that's why she's not getting a call back today. We'll find out what her joke is in a second. Hopefully it's as good as mine. But first, let's find out a little bit about the guy that she wants to call. Maggie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So you want to call a guy named Ray today?
Well, actually, I want you to call him.
Oh.
That's a good point.
Good point. I guess
Yeah,
that is
she
how
does
the
pay
second date
attention.
updates work, right? I call them. Well, you want me to call a guy named Ray today. Where'd you meet Ray?
Ray and I met at a bar a couple weeks ago. I was out with some of my girlfriends, not expecting to meet anybody, and I meet this great guy, and he and I end up talking for most of the night.
Did he approach you, or did you approach him?
He approached me.
Did he use like a cheesy line, or was he pretty cool?
He actually he came over with 2 shots of Fireball.
Classy.
Yeah, and he said, "Can I warm you up?"
Ooh, nice.
And that worked, huh?
Well, I was a few drinks in, so
Okay.
yeah, that worked.
I was going to say, if you were sober, that probably wouldn't have worked.
Exactly, right.
Yeah, you're the type of girl that never turns down free alcohol is what it sounds like.
Right. I'm not. No. So we just started talking after that, and I get home from the bar, and he texted me.
Was it a booty call text, or was it a nice, like...
No. He just said it was great to meet me, and he would love to go out for coffee later that week.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, which was great. Normally guys will text me a picture if I give them my number.
Especially if you're at a bar and you've been drinking Fireball all night. It's like, I know how to seal the deal here. Let me give her a little sample of the goods.
Yeah.
So anyway...
to getting pictures. But I didn't this time, which was surprising. And
it's so sad that that's the exception to the rule, is the one guy that doesn't send you his junk.
I know.
How romantic.
I mean, that's kind of the day and age we live in right now.
It is a beautiful time we're living in. So how was coffee then?
It was awesome. He was very sweet. He, pulled the chair out for me when we got to the coffee bar, and he even paid for my coffee. He was very gentlemanly.
Your standards really are low, aren't they?
Well, I mean, normally if I get pictures after a night of Fireball, my standards are pretty low right now. So.
But that sounds good. I mean, it sounds like he was genuinely excited to see you, because sometimes after a, inebriated night in a dark bar, daylight dates can be a little shocking.
Exactly. Right. So it was a great date.
So tell me about the joke, though. You said that you made a joke you thought might have been poorly timed, or he didn't get it or something?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened?
So I'm a pretty sarcastic person anyway, and he and I are talking, and he says something like, I bet you get asked out by a lot of guys. And I said, yeah, man, in this past week alone, you're my 30th date.
That's funny.
Completely joking.
Yeah.
And he gives me this blank look.
He didn't get it?
No, he thought I was being serious.
He's like, whoa, you didn't have to be honest.
Right.
Did you clarify for him that it was a joke?
I did. A few seconds went by of him not laughing, and I said, I'm kidding. Like, obviously, I haven't gone out with 30 guys in the past week because I made that awkward joke. So.
Okay, so that's the reason you think that he's not calling you back, is he thought you might not have been joking about dating 30 guys in a week.
I think so. Okay. Yeah, I think.
All right, well, how did the date end then?
Again, very gentlemanly. He gave me a hug and a peck on the cheek, and he said, this was fun. We should do dinner sometime.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah, so I thought it ended on a high note.
You should have messed with him some more and been like, yeah, that's good. I'll fit you in. I got like 45 other dudes I'm doing dinner with.
I know,
To see if he would get it.
Yeah.
All right, and he hasn't responded to any of your text messages or phone calls since that day?
No.
All right.
And that was a couple weeks ago.
I'm surprised that you want to see him, just because I think it's pretty unattractive when a guy can't laugh at things.
No, sometimes
And
you
doesn't-
just don't get it.
I'm not used to going out with gentlemanly guys. So, I mean, he was really sweet, and I guess I can't blame him for not getting the joke, you know.
But, we don't even really know if that's why he's not calling you back.
Yeah,
Could be something
that's
else.
True.
yeah, it could have been something completely different.
All
You're right.
Well, we'll find out what it is. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
This could be a second date update first. Maggie, who's on the phone to do a second date update today, just admitted to us that she has been with 30 guys in the last week. Impressive statistics, Maggie.
Good job, girl.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you missed the first part of the second date update, Maggie met this guy named Ray at a bar. They went out for a coffee date after meeting up. She said everything was going well, but she made a joke to him when he said like something along the lines of, I bet you go out on a lot of dates. Her response was, yeah, I've been on 30 dates in the past week. The only thing is he didn't get the joke. And he just kind of sat there like, oh, my God. And that's why she thinks she's not getting a call back, because he still doesn't think that it's a joke. It's pretty hard to go out with that many people in 1 week. So hopefully, maybe, Maggie, we can get him to realize that and go out with you again. Are you ready to give him a call?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
This one's so weird to me because he asked you to go out to dinner at the end of the date. I mean, he was obviously complimenting your looks when he said you must get asked out a lot. I don't get that one little joke would make him not call you.
I know. So I'm excited to see what the problem is.
Yeah, no kidding.
One little joke. If he didn't get the fact that if he was thinking that you really went out with 30 guys in a week, that's bigger than a little joke. All right.
You're right. Yeah.
I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone, okay?
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Ray, please?
Yeah, this is Ray.
Hey, Ray, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
How's it going?
Fine.
Any idea why I'm calling you?
No.
We recently got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Okay.
Her name is Maggie, and you recently went out on a date with Maggie.
Okay.
Okay. You remember that happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Maggie emailed us because she's wondering why you haven't given her a call back, especially at the end of the date when you were like talking about maybe meeting up for dinner or something. She hasn't heard from you, so she asked if maybe we could get you on the phone to find out why.
Oh.
Is there a reason you're not calling Maggie back?
I mean, it's probably not going to work out.
Oh, man, Ray.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't think we're a good match.
Is there a specific reason why you think that? Ray, you're a hard guy to read.
I agree.
So why don't
emotion at all.
Why don't you think you guys would be a good match?
I don't know. I mean, Maggie, she's a really nice girl. Probably one of the nicest girls I've met in a little while here, but she likes to do a lot of stuff.
What do you mean by that? Like drugs? she didn't.
No.
Yeah. What do you mean by she likes to do a lot of stuff?
Well, she just like, I don't know. We were talking about stuff, and she was saying all the things she likes to do. She likes to take cooking classes, and she like rides a bike, and she, I don't know, always goes out with her friends, and
she sounds like a fun, interesting person by the things that you just said.
Those sound like normal interests to me.
You're right. She's totally interesting, normal person. I'm not very normal. Like, when she asks me what I like to do, I don't really like to do very much, and I don't hold it against her.
So you don't have any hobbies or interests?
I mean, I like watching TV, hanging around the house.
Okay, maybe that's one of the things that she likes to do too. Did you talk to her about that?
Well, I think probably she does, but I don't know if I could keep up with all that other stuff.
You don't have to go biking with her or hiking or whatever she likes to do.
Go hang out with friends.
Yeah, I don't know. I could just tell. I think she deserves someone really amazing.
Do you just
And
have
I just don't know if I'm really up to snuff.
You just sound like you just have really bad self-esteem, buddy.
No, I mean, it's not my fault that I'm like this. It's just that's probably the way I was raised. But I don't have a problem with it. I just don't think it maybe matches up with her lifestyle.
Okay.
But don't you think that's a decision she should make, not you for her? Because you don't know how she feels.
Well, she might even be okay with it now, but I know that in a little bit she's going to see like what I see now, which is that, I mean, she's not going to like it. I mean, for instance, I don't want to be expected to do things.
Hey, look, I am 100% with you on that, Ray. Whenever I'm in a relationship, it's the worst when you're expected to do things. But you don't know if she's going to ask you to go bike. You can, both have your own separate lives.
We're just two totally different people. I mean, she's fun. She likes to do things, and I'm not. I'm just boring. So.
Well, maybe, have you thought about this? Maybe if you date her, you could learn to do some activities that you like.
See, that sounds like a lot of pressure right there.
All right. Well, Ray, if that's not enough pressure for you, here's some more pressure. She's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
What?
Hello. Hi, Ray.
No emotion.
Nat, it really breaks my heart to hear you talk about yourself like that.
I don't feel bad about it. I'm just boring, and you're not boring. So you don't want to date me.
You're being really hard on yourself, Ray. Are you always like this?
I'm not trying to be a downer. I'm just being realistic. Just how things are. Being honest.
Well, I had a really great time with you a couple weeks ago, and talking to you now, you sound like a completely different person.
I mean, when you asked me what I like to do, didn't you notice that it took me like 10 minutes to get back to you on that?
10 minutes?
You asked me what my interests were, and I realized I don't really do anything. I don't really have any interest. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe I should look at that.
Are you saying that your date with Maggie changed your whole perspective on life?
I'm just looking at things a little differently now.
Wow. Maggie. What did you do to this guy?
Yeah,
I mean, Ray, you really don't think this about yourself.
I just think I need to take some time with myself and just, I think you're really sweet, and I think you are really on to something.
You're on to something. And Maggie, you keep doing what you're doing. You're on to something.
You're living your life.
Oh my God,
So,
poor
Ray, let me ask you this, Ray. I will pay for a second date if you guys go out again. Will you go out with Maggie one more time?
Oh.
Oh, my gosh.
Really likes you, Ray. She thinks you're interesting and fun and attractive.
I do, Ray. I like that you're really sweet and you're gentlemanly. I mean, you pulled my chair out for me at the restaurant. Guys don't do that. So I would love to see you again.
Oh, my gosh.
But in that list, you forgot boring.
Jeez.
Oh, my God.
Ray.
I like doing boring stuff, too. I like sitting around doing nothing. That's fun for me sometimes.
Now I feel like you're just saying that to impress me.
That's how you really impress a lot of people. Yeah, no, I'm super boring. Ray, is there any way we can get you to go out with Maggie again?
Come on.
I mean, you're paying for it?
Yes.
Come on, Ray. You're in a slump. You need this.
And you could be boring and she won't mind.
Fine, but don't expect much.
So is that a yes then? You'll go out with Maggie?
Yeah.
Yes!
Congratulations, Maggie. You got a second date.
I know.
So you are excited about this?
Well, yeah, I'm excited. It just sounds like he's in a mini slump. So I'm excited to help him get out of it.
All right, good. Well, you can be Ray's slump buster then.
I'm not in a slump. This is how I am. please don't expect more.
Well, I'm excited to hear about how this whole date turns out with you guys.
Me too.
It's close to, a romance novel or something.
I wouldn't be too excited.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
The girl on the phone for a second date today had her first date at one of the craziest places possible. People are popping pills left and right. Lots of group activity, if you know what I mean. And everybody's inhibitions are lowered. Mostly because of dementia. She went to the retirement home. She went to the retirement home, yeah.
Wow, it's amazing how all those things are the same.
I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
They're having fun over there.
Kara is on the phone, and apparently her first date with this dude was at the retirement home. Want to hear more about that in a second. That's an interesting date. Yeah. Kara, how are you?
I'm okay.
The first thing that comes to my mind is you're like a gold digger dating a 92-year-old Alzheimer's patient.
Oh, I hope that's true.
You're into old
No.
people.
The guy, I went on a date with a guy who volunteered there.
Oh,
okay.
He's a good person.
How'd you meet him?
Well, okay, we met on an app, and he was funny, and we got along. Like he plays a bunch of team sports, like he does a bunch of like those kind of leagues, and I do too, and it's fun. So we kind of talked about that stuff, and we think we may have played each other before.
That's
so
awesome.
It's kind of funny.
Okay.
So how did he strike up the idea to go on a date at the retirement home?
Well, that wasn't it. He was like, "Let's meet up," and he just said a street corner.
That's scary. You meet a dude on an app and he's like, just meet me at the corner of whatever and whatever.
I mean, pretty much, but I didn't read it like that,
okay.
like that's when he texted it, so it didn't sound creepy at the time.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he wanted to surprise me, and I was up for it, so.
Yeah, because surprises can be fun.
Yeah.
They can also be scary.
Yes.
Either one. But this turned out to be a fun surprise, huh?
Yeah. So we first met up, and we walked for a bit, and then he just said, "I'm going to bring you somewhere." So I was like, okay, and I thought, well, we're going to a restaurant or something. And instead, that's when he took me to a retirement home. And I was like, oh,
what?
Okay. Yeah. He said he volunteers there sometimes. And then I was like skeptical, like that this was going to be fun at all. Like I just thought it was going to be lame.
Yeah, of course.
Like, and he's going to try to teach me something or whatever, and like a life lesson.
Oh my God.
Change diapers.
But did he know all the, was he friends with all the old people in there?
Yes. Yeah. It turned out to be sort of cool. Like,
okay, so he's there all the time.
I would fall instantly in love with him.
Really?
Oh my God. Old people are so cute, and like,
they're cute, but the smell.
someone who volunteers and
they're cute when they're contained.
Oh, you guys.
When they're contained, when they're not like out walking in your way or screwing up airport lines, things like that. Yeah, if you keep them in a confined space, old people can be very,
you guys are awful.
very nice. So, did you enjoy the retirement home?
Yeah, I mean, my grandfather passed away pretty recently, and it kind of reminded me of him, and that was cute, and I don't know. And he was sweet. Like, Corey was sweet. He was nice to them. They really got him, and we ate dinner with them. Like, it was a wholesome time. Like, we played card games. Wow. It was all, like, but we had one kind of awkward moment. And it was like this woman who lives there. She was like, "Are you a boyfriend and girlfriend?" And we sort of said, "No, this is kind of our first date." And she was like, "Well, you should kiss." So
yeah, Granny.
Whoa.
Yeah, she wanted some action.
Yeah.
They are fighting. You've heard about the STD reports at these senior citizens' home. They're
lot
there for
there.
a reason.
Apparently, you got to watch her in that retirement home. So did you guys make out in front of him?
No, I mean, it was just sort of this awkward peck on the cheek,
Cute.
And then the lady, she clapped.
Oh, that is kind of
That's really sweet. Why was that awkward, though?
It was just like, like, are you boyfriend and girl? It was just I don't know.
See that part.
And you've never kissed, and it's like, kiss each other.
Yeah, and then being forced to kiss with old peering eyes looking at you.
So was that the most uncomfortable moment of the evening?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. And then when we were leaving, he walked me back to my car, and he kissed me for real.
Aww.
Cool.
Oh.
And that old lady popped up from the car seat in the back and was like, yeah, good job.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I was hoping you'd really get after it.
Yeah.
Take off his shirt.
No.
No, she says no. How was the kiss?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it wasn't like a big thing, but it was just really nice. It was like first date kiss.
Okay.
Got it.
But now it's been a week, and he's like, we're texting here and there, but he's not asking me out again.
Okay, and if you tried to like hint, or have you asked him out?
No, but it just feels kind of like I've been here before. Like, you know, when you're on these apps, like you go out like it's your job, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, and I can tell that he's not really in any hurry to go out again. Like something's off, and I don't know what that is. So that's why I wanted you guys to help me find out like what's up.
And you were kind and excited about all the old people, right? Because maybe this is like some sort of test that he does with women to see.
Well, it could be, but at the same time, like it was just so nice. Like we just kind of hung out and played cards and like talked about stuff, and it was just really.
It was easy.
Yeah. There wasn't any like in the back of my mind. Now I'm thinking, was that a test? I don't know, but I don't think so. It just didn't. It seemed like it was just like this is something that's important to him.
But
Okay.
you were
Okay.
good with the old folks. You didn't try to like fight one of them.
No.
All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on. If you're just joining us, Kara is on the phone, and Kara told us all about her first date with a dude named Corey. They spent it in heaven's waiting room.
Oh my gosh. Don't say it like
Well,
that.
I mean, that's a nice thing.
Otherwise,
Take a number.
known as a rest home,
Yeah.
because Corey, I guess, the dude that she went out with, volunteers at that rest home, and he wanted to take her on a date there so they could spend time with some of the people that live there, and they just hung out, had dinner, played cards, and she said it was actually a lot of fun. And Kara, I don't want you to blow this. I want you to get a second date. I really do.
Okay.
Why are you so invested?
Well, because, Kara, you have an opportunity here that I don't think you realize, all right? Retirement homes are really a great opportunity if you can get in. Because you can steal a lot of stuff from those people. Yeah, they, like jewelry and stuff, they don't even know what they have. Like you can really, and once you're on the inside, it's hard to get in there. Now that you're on the inside, this could be a great opportunity, not only for love, but also to acquire some awesome jewelry.
You are sick.
Okay.
What are they going to do? Chase after you?
Oh my
Nope.
God.
Nope.
No,
You
they're
guys
not.
are awful. I mean, I thought at least you were going to say you're going to try to get in on somebody's will, not just up and steal from them when they're still alive.
I got a buddy who works on one. He sells bedpans wholesale. Makes a ton of
Yeah.
cash. So it's a great financial opportunity for you as well, Kara.
Good tip. Good tip. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any last words before we call Corey and see why he isn't calling you back for a second date?
This one felt like a little different. Like it was like we had chemistry. It felt like it was going in the way that we'd like go out again at least. But it's just been fading, and I don't know why. And
Okay. So you like this guy, and you definitely felt potential.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Corey, please?
Speaking. Who's this?
Corey, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show. How you doing today, sir?
What? Why that?
I don't know why I said it like that.
Yeah. Sorry, Corey.
I'm okay. Why are you guys calling me?
Well, because we got an email about you from one of our listeners, and they just said we had to call Corey and talk to him. I don't know why I said it like that either.
True. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think you guys might have like the wrong person.
Well, I have a phone number here with this number that I just called, and it says their name is Corey, and it says that they volunteer at a retirement home from time to time.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so you're old folks Corey.
That's what they call him.
I guess.
I don't think Corey's finding
I
any
don't
of
think
this
so.
very amusing.
Sorry, he's probably confused.
Corey,
Yeah.
we're calling because we do a segment on our show. It's called The Second Date. So we got an email from Kara, who you went on a date with to that retirement home.
Right.
Right. And Kara wants to know why you haven't asked her out on a second date yet.
She says that like she can sense that you're like falling off.
Well, to be honest, I think like if I was to go out with her, it would be more casual than a relationship. I don't know if she's like exactly the right girl for me.
So wait, is it like you're not looking for a relationship, or it's her?
Well, I am because I am single, but at the same time, like, gosh, how do I say this? Just the ladies at the old folks home, I volunteer there a lot, and they're like a big part of my life. They just don't think that she was right for me.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
So they're hating.
They're blocking her?
They just noticed a few things, and they just didn't think that it was in my best interest or that it would work out. Like, over the years, I've been volunteering there a lot, and it's kind of like having numerous grandparents, like, looking out for you and giving you advice. And
what specifics did they give the old ladies on why she isn't right for you?
some of the stuff they said was like her outfit. It might have been a little inappropriate.
All right, Judgy Betty.
Her outfit?
And did you tell them that she didn't know she was going to a retirement home? She probably would have dressed differently if she knew that that was what was on the agenda.
I did, but...
What was she wearing? Like a
yeah,
skirt?
seriously.
She was wearing a skirt and like had her midriff showing a little bit, you know?
Okay, so she's just kind of sexy?
Yeah.
Yeah, she dressed like for a first date, you guys. Like,
they kind of didn't like that her skirt was so low and that her belly button was showing. I can kind of see that. You know?
Yeah. Because not everybody has a belly button in the world.
You mean they don't dress like that in the retirement home? That's how I pictured it.
I mean, everybody has a belly button, but you don't go around flashing it, you know?
Okay. Besides that, did they name other things?
Well, now, these are their words, not mine. But remember their words. They said the makeup was too hookery.
What?
Hookery.
Who are these judgy old women, okay?
Sounds just like old women to me. I'd take the judgy off it. That sounds like how they would talk, I think.
Guys,
She's hookery.
Why did you not defend her or stand up for her?
I'm just saying these old ladies, they give me good advice, you know, and I can't have them disgusted by my significant other, like the girl that I'm in a relationship with.
Now we've moved on to disgusted?
You said earlier it's like you have a bunch of grandparents, so if you date her seriously, you feel like you'd be letting down your grandmas, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like you really need to school them in how a woman's dress does not indicate whether or not she sleeps around.
I mean, like you've been around old people, it's hard to change their minds. And also, who am I to argue with them? Like, they have so much experience, you know? Like,
yeah, who knows how many hookers they've been with? Probably a lot, you know? You have no idea. They might be very schooled in that. Well, guess what, Corey? You know who might find this information interesting? Kara, and she's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Are you still there, Kara?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you pissed, Kara? I'm pissed for you.
Well, first of all, this was a surprise. You said the date was a surprise. So I'm thinking we're going to a bar. And, like, you know my pictures. You know what I look like. You didn't think that maybe it would be a good idea to let me know, like, I don't know, like, dress like you would if we were going to church. Of course, that would have been an interesting, like, text back and forth.
Yeah, that would have been you probably wouldn't have gone on that date.
Okay, I think you need to calm down a little bit, all right? Just calm down.
Calm down? Hookers don't calm down. So.
Those weren't even my words. Those were their words. I'm just explaining what had happened.
Also, like, my outfit wasn't a big, like, it was a skirt and, like, midriff, like, kind of shows, but not really. Like, it wasn't even, I mean, you've seen my pictures. Like, there's crazier looks than what I had on that day, so.
So she could be way more hookery if she wanted.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
I'm just saying you did dress a little provocatively, and they kind of picked up on that, and I have to kind of go with that because they're conservative, a little bit like me, you know? So
conservative like you. Okay. So they think you're, like, pure as the driven snow, right? Is that the thing? Like, what if I told them that we had phone sex? And what if I told them all the filthy things you said on the phone?
Oh, whoa. Hey, Corey.
Would they think that you're conservative now?
Oh, Corey.
Yeah, what would the gals down at the retirement home do with that knowledge?
Somebody's a little two-faced.
Well, that was something that was private within us. That wasn't out in the public. We're not going out like that.
Okay. So it's cool for you. Can I say this stuff on the radio? I probably shouldn't. You know, I'm not gonna.
Go for it. We can
Like,
beep out whatever you say.
I'm going to say I would appreciate if you didn't tell everybody what I said because that was private and that was between you and me. I thought we had like a moment, you know, not to be
A
shared with the
secret,
whole world.
dirty moment. Yeah, no, I'm gonna because if I'm hookery, then obviously I bring that out in you.
Look, I'm just saying the ladies, maybe they do have a point because look at this. This is the type of behavior that they're talking about, you know?
Oh, okay.
Again, she's the hookery one here.
This is so ridiculous. Like, do you know what year it is? Do you have
We're
any
talking
idea?
about private things like out on the radio in front of millions of people.
You called me a hooker on the radio, so
I didn't call you that, and I did not ever say that because that's not what I feel.
His old gal pals did.
right.
Hey, Kara?
I was being completely honest.
Part of his mahjong group.
Yeah, I'm going to ask the question anyway. Corey, would you go on a second date with Kara? We'll pay for it.
You know what? I don't think that would be the best idea.
Yeah. I think all of this is not working out like how anybody planned.
That's fine. You're a nice guy. Like, I wish you could time travel to go find someone for you. So,
Sweetheart, you're on the phone on the radio trying to get a hold of me, so maybe you should time travel and go back.
To where?
To what? To what?
So before you made this phone call and embarrassed yourself in front of the world. No, I don't want to go out with you.
That's a short
You
time.
can try to get defensive. You can try to be angry, but sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not responding to your calls, and maybe you should stop trying to get a hold of me through the media.
The only thing that I really find offensive is that you called us the media.
Yeah, the
That's
media.
weird to me.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Let's play a game of good idea, bad idea.
I love this game.
Good idea, bad idea. Going out to get drinks and hanging out for a little while on a first date.
Good idea.
Good idea? Getting tattoos with someone on a first date.
Bad. Bad idea.
Beyond bad idea.
That's what Kara did for her first date, and now the guy is not calling her back. Kara, how are you?
Hi, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for your email. Appreciate you wanting to do a second date update with us. Why don't you tell everybody what you did on your first date?
I just have to say, first, I'm just a huge fan of your guys' show, especially Jubal. I'm like nervous right now.
Really?
Nervous?
Sweet. Don't be nervous.
Yeah.
I'll go
Okay.
easy. I'll go easy on you. So your email said that you actually got tattoos with the dude that you went out with, who you want us to call. Was this something that you had planned, or was it a spur of the moment thing?
We actually met and we decided to go to a movie. And probably like 15, 20 minutes into the movie, we just looked at each other like, this is so terrible. Like, I don't want to waste 2 hours of my life.
Okay.
So we both just decided to, like, you know, ditch it. And his idea was just go to this dive bar on the corner and just get, like, drunk. And I was, like, totally into it.
Sounds like a great first date to me.
Yeah.
Carrie, you said you're a fan of me. I'm a fan of you now for liking to do that. So you guys, how did it go from you guys being at this bar to getting tattoos?
I mean, we started, you know, getting drunk and talking, and honestly, we had, like, a lot in common, like, very similar, like, backgrounds, and we had this idea. It was actually his idea first, and I agreed to it. He said that we should go get tattoos, and I was like, oh, my God, we should, but let's do it, like, separately, and then come back and meet and surprise each other. So that was my...
That's actually kind of fun. Are you tatted up, and is he tatted up?
I have one small one, but he has, like, a few, like,
Oh,
one on his
wow.
arm.
That's impressive.
Isn't that a pretty big decision
Yeah.
to make when it's only your second tattoo?
I mean, after a few shots of tequila, everything seems like a great idea.
Had you been?
It's true.
Had you been thinking about getting one for a while anyway?
No.
Oh God!
Oh no!
So you guys separated and went and got tattoos and then met back up, or did you go to the same shop together?
We went to different ones. I just, like, Ubered over there. He went, I didn't even know where he went, actually. Then we both agreed to meet back, you know, within the next hour or two at just the same bar.
So you had to get like a small tattoo.
Yeah, not anything crazy.
a whole back piece done.
Dragon.
So what did you guys end up getting?
On his calf,
he had like a bow and arrow, like just like a really thin black bow and arrow. It was really cool.
Weird. On his calf, a bow and arrow?
Really into archery.
It's like, no, it's love.
And
you
Robin
guys,
Hood?
it's Cupid.
And you still want to call this guy, huh?
If you saw it, you would probably think it was cool.
No.
Flex the calf and shoots the bow.
Yeah.
what did you end up getting?
Okay, you can't think that I'm crazy. I just thought it would be cute to get Tim in all capital letters on my side of my hip.
Shut up.
So I just got like black letters, his name.
No, you didn't.
No.
I swear.
You were hammered.
Okay, now you're making me feel worse. Is that crazy?
Yes.
It's the craziest thing I've ever heard, actually.
It is crazy to get somebody's name tattooed on you, even if you've been together for years. Yeah. I mean, you must have been really, really drunk.
I mean, I remember everything. Even right now, I'm looking at it. It's not huge.
So you did that, and you're saying you weren't super drunk.
I mean, in my clear head now, would I do it again? No, but at the time, it just felt right. We had a great time together.
What are you going to do about it? You have Tim tattooed on you now.
I can turn it into like a dolphin, maybe. I mean, if he doesn't call me back.
Yeah, you can get a cover-up. It's not like his name was super long, you know?
Only date Tims from here on out.
Yeah, that's you have two options: get a cover-up or just start dating only dudes named Tim. Lydia is absolutely right. Now, if you would have showed me that, if I was on this date with you and you had Jubal tattooed on your hip or something, I would have ran out of there screaming.
Exactly.
Did he seem okay with that?
I mean, he laughed at it, but we were both kind of sobering up, and he just kind of got a little bit more quiet.
What did he say exactly?
He just said, "Oh my God, is that like I thought we were just getting something funny?" And I was like, "That is funny." So I mean, he just got kind of serious after that.
Yeah.
So you think you scared him off by getting his name tattooed on you on a first date?
Yes, but it's not my fault.
Yeah,
it's the tequila's fault. All right, Kara. Well, we'll play a song. Come back, call him, see if we can get him on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
Hey, don't go get anybody else's name tattooed on you while you wait, all right?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Kara, I wanted to congratulate you before we make your phone call for your second date update.
Why?
You officially have the craziest second date update story we've heard so far. In all the second date updates we've done, you have the title of the craziest.
Oh my God, I'm so honored.
Don't be. That's not a gold medal you want to have.
Long story short for Kara, she went out with a dude. They got drunk, ended up getting tattoos at separate places. There was a fun little game they decided to play after drinking too much tequila. They'd get tattoos in separate places, meet up, and show each other what tattoo they got. She got his name tattooed on her. His name is Tim. Where is it on your body?
It's on my hip on the side.
So it says Tim on the side of your
Maybe you
hip.
can like change it to a saying, like "Don't be timid," or
Or add an E to it,
Yeah.
you know, and then is precious after it. Time is precious. That would be a perfect tattoo to have on your hip.
horrible.
Yeah, I don't regret it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like she regrets it. And I respect that. Hey,
Yeah,
Kara,
exactly.
Kara, as a person who has a few terrible tattoos, I respect that, okay? I have a tramp stamp, and I'm proud of it. Not really, but I have one.
I know.
So.
You get it, right?
Yeah, I
You
get it. You know, at least you have the story to tell. That's what I say
know.
with all my tattoos. At least I have a memory behind
It's
it.
funny, you can relate to her so
Yeah.
well.
I know.
With all your crappy tattoos.
Yeah.
Kara, we're kind of kindred spirits here, okay?
Oh my God, I think so too.
Okay, well, I'm about to dial the phone number you gave us, see if we can get Tim on the phone and get your second date update. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Tim, please?
Yeah, this is Tim.
Tim, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What?
I'm calling you because somebody requested a second date update with you. So you recently went on a date with somebody. They emailed us and said that they want to get a hold of you because you're not calling them back.
I went on a second date with somebody?
Well, you went on a first date with somebody, and I guarantee it's a very memorable first date because she has your name tattooed on her body.
So crazy.
Ring a bell?
So I went on a date with somebody recently?
Yeah.
How is this not clear to you? She
don't-
has your name tattooed on her.
I'm kind of confused right now.
I am too.
Who said they were on a date with me? I don't know if you're doing it like a bit or not.
Do we have the right guy?
This is no bit. You don't remember going on a date with a girl, getting drunk, and getting tattoos? You have a bow and arrow on your calf?
What? No.
What do you mean no?
Your name's Tim, right?
Yes.
Remember, and she
Do you know a Kara?
What is going on?
You went out with a girl named Kara. You got drunk.
No, I'm dating a girl who's not named Kara. Have been for about a year and a half.
Did you?
Oh,
So you haven't. So you haven't gone on any dates.
Not with somebody named Kara.
I'm gonna read the phone number to you. Make sure I got the phone number right, and it's like not some weird fluke that I called the wrong Tim. Your number's 360-546.
That's my number. I am Tim.
What?
All right, Tim. Please hold on the phone. Okay, don't hang up. I appreciate.
Okay.
Okay, hang on for a second. Kara,
Hi.
What the hell?
who's Tim?
explain yourself.
Okay. Don't be mad. Is Tim on the phone right now?
Yeah, I'm here.
Tim, it's Kara. Martin's friend Kara.
What's going on here?
Please don't be mad. I'm kind of nervous now. I'm just going to say it.
Kara, did you use a second date update to try to ask Tim out and just found out that he has a girlfriend?
Oh, Kara.
Not exactly.
Not exactly. Tim, how well do you know Kara?
Not too well. I remember meeting her.
This is
That's
confusing.
it?
Yeah.
Kara, why did you want to call Tim?
Tim, I did use you. I'll make it up to you. I'm sorry. I had this whole plan kind of to just get on the phone with you guys and get in touch with Jubal. And now I feel really embarrassed saying it out loud, but I've tried so many different ways to try to get a hold of you, Jubal. I mean, I've come there, I've called, and no one will ever, put me through to you. And I was, saw the second date thing, so I emailed, and, I thought, it would be, kind of a grand gesture that you would think was funny, because I emailed and made up the story, and I know you have tattoos,
Wait.
and I just thought...
So you made up the tattoo story to just get on the air and say hi?
Well, no...
Hey, Kara, first of all, I respect lying. I do. Why do that? I mean, what are you hoping to accomplish here?
I mean, I am hoping to accomplish the second date, but in this case, it would be a first date of, you and me.
Oh, come on, Kara. You're asking Jubal out right now.
What?
I know that you're kind of a crazy guy. I listen to your show all the time. So don't tell me that you don't think it's kind of funny and creative that I made that whole thing up. Come on.
I'll give you that.
And
It is.
He is attracted to some crazy chicks in his past.
She knows about your tattoos.
Hey, Kara, congratulations on being very convincing with your story too.
Mm-hmm.
You had me. So
Thank you.
You didn't get a tattoo of a dude's name on a date. None of that's all made up so you could get on the show and ask me out.
Yep, I made it all up.
What? That's genius.
Not really. It's kind of like your first stalker, Jubal. She said
First
she's
of
come to
many.
the station before
You've
and
come
tried
to,
to...
yeah, you've come to the station.
I left my number and a picture, but no one gave it to you, obviously.
No, they may have given it to me, but look, everything that's left for me at the station, I should just throw away.
Thank God.
You threw my picture away.
What? Yeah,
I mean, it
probably.
doesn't matter. Do you want me to describe how I look, or do you care? Do you just want to, meet a blind date?
Hang on one second first, Kara. Before Tim, are you still on the phone?
Yes.
I guess we don't need you anymore, man.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, Tim.
All right.
All right.
Good to be
Tim.
on the show, though, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Thanks for joining us.
Good luck with all that, Kara.
At least he's nice.
Yeah, Tim. Maybe we'll talk to you later, man. Have a good one.
Okay, guys. Take
All
it
right.
easy.
All
See
right,
ya.
bye.
Oh, honey.
Kara, that's all right. So you, I'm at a loss,
Dude,
man.
what
I
do
don't
you
know what
feel?
to say.
I mean, it worked. We're talking.
Well, Kara, if you know as much as you say you know about me, like tattoos and all that other stuff, and you listen to the show and you are a fan, and I appreciate that, you do know that I have a girlfriend, right?
I mean, not fiance, not wife.
Oh, Kara.
God.
She's like,
On
it's just
record.
a speed bump. Come on. Kara, why are you so I mean, don't take offense to this, Jubal, but why the hell are you so attracted to Jubal?
I obviously think you're cute. Your sense of humor, like I always, if I'm having a bad day, I can just listen to you, and you always make me laugh. And like, how can I feel so connected to someone like that and never even like give myself a chance to let you meet me and decide that you might like me as well?
She sounds
so. It
Kara,
almost sounds
it's a-
like court testimony to me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it
I
out there.
know.
Like I had never felt a connection with anybody
Sure,
like
she's
this.
flattered or nervous right
This
now.
could be as evidence down the line.
Kara, I hate to let you down. Okay, one, I do have a girlfriend, and I'm very happy in that relationship. So,
As happy as he gets.
yeah, I don't get very happy. So,
Okay, don't you have something to ask me now? Because I know how it works. Like the second date you guys pay for, so...
Oh, Kara.
so you want me to ask you if I'll pay for a second date with you when you and I have never even met, and I have a girlfriend?
When we do meet, yeah.
Oh, dude.
I'm kind of scared a little bit, Kara.
Listen, I'm not going to be a hypocrite because I do it even when people are married and they found out that they're cheating or whatever. I always ask for a second date, so I'll do it. Kara, would you like a second date with me? I'll pay for it.
Yes. Oh my God,
Okay.
are you serious?
Yeah, now I have to ask Jubal. Jubal, would you like a date with Kara? No, I'm sorry, Jubal, I can't. I have a girlfriend. Oh, man, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I have a girlfriend. I can't go out with Kara.
Man.
You sure? Come on. We will pay for it. No, Jubal, I can't. I love your show, though. Thank you. Sorry, Kara. Great effort. Thank you for listening. Thank you for, obviously liking what we do here.
Just so you know, this is not over, okay?
All right, Kara. Well, thank you, okay? Thank you for calling.
Okay, see you soon.
No!
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.